Reach out and touch faith. It's your own personal Ensign. Trust the Profits today, the full field rundown.
Today's video is brought to you by Assiniboia Downs Gaming and Event Center. Be sure to tune into this channel live Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern for Monday Night Lights, hosted by Trust the Profits.
Trust the Profits, the formula here, and I am way too proud of that intro, by the way. Yeah, I had 3 attempts to fix that, and I did not. I just went for it. That's right. Pushing through. Personal Instinct. 2023. We only have 6 horses, but whew, it's quite a crop. You're going to get a hell of a race out of these 6 horses here, I must say. Um, Top to bottom, just a really solid crew. There's 1 or 2 instant tosses in there. We'll get to that in a second. But of the horses that are left, like I said, you're going to see a hell of a race on this Friday, August 25th at Saratoga. This is going to be a G1 for the fills, 9 furlongs on dirt. That is 1 1/8 mile. Let's go ahead and get to it. Let's just leisurely stroll through these horses right here, starting at the top with Nest. What can you say about Nest? 66% win rate in 12 races, 8 wins. It's a hell of a win rate. The only time she finished out of the money, the one time was a deep race, BC Distaff, 4th place finish. Wasn't that far off. Last out, she won the Chevy, a G2, 2 1/4 lengths over Clairiere, who's also in this race. Before the BC Distaff, she had 3 huge wins. The Beldam, 9 3/4 lengths over First to Act. The Alabama, 4.5 lengths over Secret Oath, who's also in this race. The American Oaks, 12 lengths over Secret Oath in that race. This is a horse that knows how to put distance between herself and the competitors. Possibly most impressive was her 2nd place finish at the Belmont Stakes 2022. 3 lengths off of Mo Donegal, but she had a bad start in that race, got bumped around a bit, and possibly could have won that race if she had a cleaner run at it. Just a really impressive filly. Pushes the pace, stalks, rarely gets worn out by it. This is the horse to beat. The best way to beat her, I think, is to really push that pace, get an electric pace going. That's your only chance. Still, even with that, this is a horse that can win even on a monster pace for 9 furlongs. I put in here the only time I think I've seen her vulnerable is when the pace gets up to 111 by 5 furlongs. She seems to have, some of her non-win performances, but even at that, I mean, there's been times where she has hit that and won by like 5 lengths. So Nest, let's put her up there. Clairiere, the other side of the spectrum here. 8 wins in 20 races. So not in terms of wins. This is a winning horse here. Only finished out of the, if I'm doing my math right here, only finished out of the money like 3 times in those 20 wins. Last time out, 2nd place finish in the Chevy to Nest, 2 lengths behind there. I mean, we've seen how Nest finishes, so 2 lengths behind Nest is still a pretty impressive finish. Previous to that, won the Ogden Phipps by 1/2 length over Search Results. Beat Secret Oath by a neck at the Apple Blossom before that, and came in second to Secret Oath previous to that at the Asbury. Um, Possibly most impressive non-win finish, the BC Distaff, losing by a head to Malatot in that race. Um, Extremely impressive finish for Clairiere in that one, and impressive for Malatot as well. Deepest of the deep closers. So here's the thing: if you're at the 3/4 mile mark and she's like 8 lengths behind, have no fear. Clariere's coming. This is a deep closer. There's going to be a monster charge here for this Asmussen horse. Moving along, Secret Oath. We've talked about Secret Oath, I think, with the previous 2 horses as well. 6 wins in 17 races, 13 in the money, so only 4 out in 17 races. Last time out, though, 5th place finish at the Ogden Phipps, finishing 5th, and 12 lengths off of Clairiere. Yeah, 5th out of 6 too in that race. So Secret Oath was not looking particularly awesome in that one. Previous to that, though, 2 2nd place finishes by a neck. The La Troyenne losing to Played Hard, and then the Apple Blossom losing again to Clairiere in that one, both by a neck. So previous to that, had a couple good races in there. Did win the Asbury Stakes by 2+ lengths over Clairiere. So bunch of horses in here trading punches left and right. Another deep closer, not as deep as Clairiere, will sit off the length for about 4 lengths. That's second or third tier, I would say. Um, thrives on horses being burnt up by the pace, which is something that may end up occurring in this race if we get the right circumstances. And by that, I mean idiomatic. So yeah, we talked about Nest. We talked about Nest. Sitting on the pace. Possibly the only way to beat Nest is if there's a horse out there that does burn up the pace. This is the one that could do it here. 6 wins in 9 races, though. 100% in the money. Last out beat Classy Edition by a head at the Delaware Handicap in a G2, uh, going 1 and 3/16 miles. So 9.5 furlongs. This horse has done the distance and won. Before that, beat 63 Caliber, who's also in this race by 2 lengths in the Shawnee. Pace setter on the pace, Turfway dominator too. So horse that was running in Turfway for 4 straight races, had 3 wins and 1 third place finish. So this horse has been all over the map for Brad Cox, and it's a horse that has set the pace, has set some of those 1 minute 11 second 5 furlong splits on some deeper races. If you're talking about someone to push the pace with Nest and possibly burn out, it's Idiomatic. I just wonder if Idiomatic is going to get burnt out. This is a horse that, like Nest, that could be the weakness, but you could also have to, yeah, could also win with a pace that strong. So we'll see. Malloy. Hmm. We'll call this the first insta toss here. Hasn't run in a stakes race since September of 2021. A lot of 4K allowance races. Her last 12 races has gone over 1 mile one time. And that was in her last race. It was a win at Hawthorne, 40K, 5 1/4 lengths over the next horse. It's not Indica. I thought it was at first, but it's Indicia, something like that. Previous to that, took third at Turfway in a 40K allowance race, 6.5 furlongs. Again, a whole bunch of 6.5 furlong races from Malloy. I'm guessing this is going to be your last place finisher. I'm very sorry, Malloy. It's nothing personal. I just have to call him as I see him. 63 Caliber. 6 wins in 12 races. Am I reading that right? I mean, that's pretty darn good. Last time out, won an 8K allowance race at Saratoga, going 1 mile, beating Nostalgic by a neck. Ran second at the Shawnee to Idiomatic by 2.5 lengths. Ran eighth at the La Troyenne, 12 lengths behind Play Hard and Secret Oath. In her best races, stays just off the pace, can get eaten up if it gets a little bit too fast, which is probably going to happen here. In a lot of the previous races, so we just went through a couple of the stakes races. There's a lot of allowance races in there as well for 63 Caliber. So in terms of talking about class, 63 Caliber for the most part runs a little bit lower than these monsters. So I think that brings us to the end here. 6 horses. What do we got? Safe plays Nest, value plays Idiomatic. I know I said the pace is going to burn us up, but hell, I don't know. I think both of these horses. I like Idiomatic here. I'll be honest with you. She's my value play. I think she might be able to beat Nest. There, I said it. I think Nest is the safe play. I mean, you got to say that, right? Nest is the one that we've been talking about for quite a while now. Been a world beater, but there's something I like about Idiomatic. They're very similar horses, very similar. I don't want to say Idiomatic is a carbon copy of Nest, but Idiomatic is a carbon copy of Nest, in my opinion. Light me up in the comments. I don't care. After that, Nest, Idiomatic, Clairiere. I do kind of like more than Secret Oath if I'm going to add a fourth horse in there, which I don't like to do with 6 horses. But if I were to add a fourth one in there, I would go back to 63 Caliber over Secret Oath. I think you can get a better value out of 63 Caliber than Secret Oath. And I don't like the way Secret Oath ran in her last race. Um, so yeah, I think that there might be a bad carryover effect there. Whew, there we go. Personal instinct. What do you guys think? Light me up in the comments. Let me know what you think. Hit the like button. Become a member. Support us through memberships at different tiers. We give you different levels of tip sheets, so check that out. Tell your friends. Love, trust the profits. Come on, let's see that love. Good luck to you guys out there.